Hi, DigiDog fans! Before we begin, I want to give a big shout out to all the mentors out there because it was one of mine that recommended this first book that we are going to review. If you don't have a mentor or two, then get one and then be one for someone else to keep the knowledge flowing. Knowledge kept is knowledge lost, and we don't want that. If you are interested in structure and anatomy of dogs for any reason, this is the book for you. It is called An Eye for a Dog, Illustrated Guide to Judging Purebred Dogs. It even works for non-purebred dogs because it's the same theories. This 168-page book is published by Dogwise Publishing. The author is Robert W. Cole, who was a noted international conformation judge, illustrator, and author. In this book, he talks about the concepts of breed type, balance, and proportion, as well as evaluating conformation, trotting or gaiting styles, spotting hidden faults, and the how and why breeds differ in structure and movement. This paperback runs about $18.50 on Amazon, and most sellers offer free Prime shipping. This is not available on Kindle, and in my opinion, it should not be, because this is one you need to have in hand. This book should be on your bookshelf to be read and reread if you are a breeder, a competitor in the conformation or dog sports ring, or just a dog owner who wants to know more. One of the many things that I really like about this book is Mr. Cole's ability to illustrate and describe very subtle differences. Many books talk about these same topics, but can fail to give you a true understanding by simply reading. The illustrations and descriptions in this book provide so much a richer visual information than simply text. You instantly start challenging yourself to find the differences between the different drawings as you work your way through each chapter. Each topic and almost every page are accompanied by multiple well-done illustrations, enabling the reader to hone their skills with repeated practice. I tried to pick some of my favorite illustrations, but I really could not. They are all well done, but here are a few so you can see what I am talking about. Don't want you to just take my word for it. He starts off with a Dalmatian and a discussion of type and the resulting form and what the slightest departure from that norm results in. Here in this particular example, he shows with and without spots. Can you spot the differences? He invites you to do throughout the book and then breaks it all down in perfect detail. He not only discusses anatomy, he discusses how it affects movement and how little departures from breed standards can affect how a dog moves, which is also well explained throughout this book. Here, he is explaining the difference in movement of a square Great Dane. This is a square Great Dane bitch versus a bitch that is somewhat longer in body, as is allowed in the breed standard. This bitch is just 1 inch longer in back, as allowed, and he discusses how that affects everything. Another item that I greatly appreciate about this book is his in-depth discussions about breed type and why each breed should look and move the way they do. For example, a bulldog should not move like a dachshund or a border collie. Each has its own distinct movement, and he explains why. He goes on to discuss faults when they are promoted by judges, as well as minimizing those that can be minimized. He also has a short discussion about illusions due to color, which is rather interesting because it's not only the dog's color that can affect how a dog looks, it's also what you wear. One good example of the depth of Cole's analysis is found in his discussion of bites of various breeds, where he mentions my favorite breed, the Irish Wolfhound. The bite is not mentioned in the Irish Wolfhound Standard because the original writers of the standard felt it was rather obvious that a mighty wolf hunter should have a good bite and complete set of teeth. In the ring, most judges just do a quick check for a good scissor bite by looking at the incisors. Mr. Cole states that, because of this omission, there were exhibitors who believed that if the standard did not mention teeth, then there was no need to open the mouth. Unfortunately, this has led to less attention being paid to dentition and wolfhounds being bred who had missing teeth and smaller dentition, so judges who are aware of this history will check the full bite. This is just one of the many gold nuggets of information you will find in this book. He concludes by stating that having an eye for a dog combines both science and art. Knowledge of the science of the dog and the ability to develop an appreciation for the art involved are required for the successful judge and exhibitor. If you are interested in developing your eye, then I highly suggest that you buy this book. Next, we will be reviewing a few books by Pat Hastings. These are perfect for people just getting started in the show ring.